and welcome to episode 17 of the Roma Revolution. I'm Ben, and coming up on today's episode is a slight change of plan than what I said at the end of the last episode, and that, boys and girls, is because we are in the Italian Cup semi-final. We've got Inter Milan, we've played the first leg, but coming up on today's episode will be the second leg of that semi-final, and we will follow it with the Champions League first knockout round leg against Real Madrid. But since the last episode, form has been really good. So obviously we saw that incredible comeback win over Napoli. Since then, we've then gone on a really good run. So we beat Sassuolo 4-1 just before the winter break. Greenwood grabbing another goal, Florenzi, Dzeko, and an own goal from them in the 85th minute. We then had a friendly which we easily won 5-0, just gave some youngsters like Riccardi a chance, who came and scored a hat-trick, so that was a really good positive game for him. We then beat Inter Milan, our opponents today, 2-1 in the league. A couple of goals, Pellegrini and Sheik scoring in the 90th plus third minute to grab us the win. The Italian Cup then came and we beat Udinese 3-0, Sheik getting two more and Riccardi finding himself on the score sheet again. We then had a blip away from the green with a 0-0 draw against Torino, but that was followed by a really good 5-1 win over Verona, which saw the form continue, beating Napoli once again in the quarter-final. A bit more of an easy win as opposed to the dramatic one we saw last time. 2-0, Dzeko and Cristante on the score sheet. We then had a 1-0 win against Sampdoria, Greenwood getting a goal for us in the 73rd minute there. And that has been followed by two draws. So 0-0 going into the second leg as we drew with Inter Milan in the first leg, and then a really frustrating 1-1 draw in the league against Lecce. We went behind at half-time, Pellegrini scoring an own goal. Riccardi then equalised and we were pushing for a winner before Amadou Diawara received his second yellow card and got sent off for the final 6 minutes. So we need to bounce back with a win today in the Italian Cup, and the team that we're going to do it with is this. We have Pau Lopez in goal, Pieri, Settin, Todibo and Florenzi at the back. Tonali, Cristante and Riccardi play together in midfield, with Pellegrini in behind Dzeko and Greenwood up front. Just before we get into the game, the form has meant we are second in the league. Even the draws are enough currently for us to keep up with Juventus. 2 points behind them, 3 points ahead of Lazio down in third. So it is now getting a bit tighter despite our really good unbeaten run of form. So we need to keep winning and fingers crossed we can. But first, let's get into the Italian Cup. A cup that if we do reach the final, that will obviously be our second final of the series, but our chance to win our first piece of silverware. And fingers crossed we can. A bit of youth mixed with a bit of experience, so hopefully we can get the result. I feel like we do deserve to be in the final. Obviously, we've played really well in all the other legs and ties that we've had. It was a shame not to get the win in the first leg, but fingers crossed we can get the win here, and that will see us through to the final of a competition that would be really nice to win. Obviously, Inter Milan are below us in the league, so I suppose when the ties were drawn, a team that we were expected to beat. The other semi-final is Fiorentina versus AC Milan, so there is also a potential for a Milan derby in the final, but fingers crossed we can ruin that chance. And Cristante's done really well to win the ball on this right-hand side. Can he beat his man or pick a pass? He's picked a pass, but Pellegrini's pocket has been picked, and Sensi has sent Lukaku on his way. Pau Lopez makes the save. An early chance for Inter just after the 10-minute mark. Cristante picking a poor ball, but we've got the corner. Pau Lopez gathers nicely off of Okafor. And it's not been the most eventful of opening stages, but we have seen a chance, and much more chances it would seem, for Inter thus far. And we really need to get ourselves into this game. We've been slightly worse the last couple of games, those two draws. We haven't played well at all, but a free kick comes in and it's headed away, but only as far as Riccardi. Out to Todibo, who's obviously high up the pitch from the corner. Gets a great ball into Dzeko, who heads over, obviously the hero of the last episode. He couldn't quite fire home here. But as I say, since sort of the end of January, those 2 draws, we played really poorly. So we really do need to pick up the form. And are we going to start here? Riccardi has scored in the team after some great performances in the friendly and then following up a couple in the cup. And the youngster Alessio Riccardi with his 3rd goal of the season. Born and bred Roma. And we are 1-0 up in the semi-final. Can we hold on? It looks like Milan are cruising through their game. 4-0 on aggregate for them. So if we can win, it will be them we face in the final. We haven't had the better of the game. We've got to guard against complacency because Inter have definitely been the better side. But the scoreline is in our favour. Can we make it 2 here? Dzeko on the right. Back to Florenzi. What ball can he find? Just a short one to Tonali, who puts a great ball under pressure out to Pieri. He plays it back to Settin. Tonali, options ahead of him. He finds Pieri with room on the left. Can we make the chance count? Tonali and Pieri knock it between each other again. Pieri finds the ball to Greenwood. Is he pushed in the back there? It seems like he might be. Have we a penalty? We have. Dzeko to step up then to make it 2 and secure the tie. Can he? He can! Edin Dzeko, 6th goal of the season in what must only be his 6th appearance. He's played really well when we've seen him, and he is the scorer of big goals, and that is another one. 2-0 Roma just after the break. A goal either side of half time, and all we need to do now is hang on. But there is a chance from a free kick. Sensi to take it, and it's in. It's a well worked free kick from Stefano Sensi. Paul Lopez struggled to get to it in his top corner, I believe. We'll see it more here. Sensi with a free kick. Lopez does get there but can't keep it out. And Inter are back in this game. We need to switch back on and make sure we don't let a 2-goal lead slip. Is this another chance for them? Lukaku on the right, pressed well by Tonali, who's left his station. Lukaku on the edge of the area. This could be a big chance. Lautaro Martinez is on. Will he score? It's well blocked, and Riccardi's the chance to clear. And Dzeko can put Greenwood through on the counter-attack. Can he score? Mason! Oh, he's tackled right at the end. Oh, I thought it was going to be 3-1. A really well-worked counter-attack. Greenwood rams the keeper. He's just got to bury it home. And he hasn't. And we're no more ahead than the one we've currently got. And the nerves are not yet settled. We're going to make a couple of changes. Greenwood will come off. Sheik to come on for him. And that is the one change we'll make for now. No one having a horrendous game. Greenwood not playing badly. But obviously couldn't quite take his chance there. Oh, we've got a bit of a nervy last 15, but can we ease the nerves here? Pellegrini with the ball in, and it looks like it's going to be a chance for Inter to attack through Lautaro Martinez. He's gone round 1, he's gone round 2, he's gone round 3. Lopez makes the save. Pieri is able to clear, but are they going to come back at this? It's only as far as Skriniar, the highlight finishes. And it's again Inter. Sensi with the ball in. It's headed over this time. It's all Inter. We need to get back in this game. Florenzi struggling for fitness on the right-hand side. So we'll bring Spinazzola on for him. We'll leave it at that for now. But I'm going to demand a bit more. We haven't been good enough despite the 2-1 lead that we currently hold. We just now feel like we need to hold on, and it's another highlight with 5 minutes to go. Baraghi back to Bastoni, to Brozovic in the middle. He is being pressed, but they've managed to find Barella in acres of space. He surges into the area, and it's a shot that's well wide. He was unmarked in acres of space on the left-hand side, surged forward and gave himself a really good opportunity to score, but the shot was wasted. Final change then, Zaniolo on, Pellegrini off. And 5 minutes to hold on to what would be a vital victory and obviously put us into the Italia Cup final. 5 minutes at a time are ticking by. We're into the last one. Is that it? It is! Italian Cup finalists. It's going to be our second final of the series. Can we get that first piece of silverware? I imagine it'll be right at the end of the season, but it is something for us to look forward to. It was Roma 2, Inter 1. Those 2 goals either side of half-time made the difference. And we now have the slightly small task of taking on Real Madrid in the first knockout round of the Champions League. And I'll see you for that in a second. Here we go then, guys. We're back for the Real Madrid game, the first knockout round of the Champions League. Can we make it any further? It's going to be a big task, but if we can beat Real Madrid, then of course it will be a massive scalp beat. And we have played Cagliari in the league in between the games, winning that game 3-0. Florenzi, Riccardi and Todibo getting the goals. That has put us top of the league. Zebra or Juventus were unable to beat Benevento, only drawing, so level on goal difference, level on points, rather better goal difference than them. Lazio also now 5 points behind as they only drew, so things are looking good there. But the team today, let's have a look. It's Pau Lopez in goal, a back four, Cucurella set in Todibo and Florenzi, Tonali playing in behind Cristante and Riccardi in midfield with Pellegrini behind Dzeko and Greenwood up front. A couple of changes. Mancini coming back from injury but unable to feature today. Riccardi playing as Diawara out still from his little indiscretion. Riccardi came in for the league game against Cagliari and played really well, so he deserves to keep his place in what is obviously a big game. But let's get stuck into it. Let's see if we can go to Real Madrid. I take a draw or a small win to take back to the Bernabeu. Hopefully we won't concede. Obviously away goals could be massive in the tie, and they have got all the names we would expect them to see running through the team. Bale, Hazard, Klose, Casemiro, Ramos, Varane, Courtois and Militao. And just for good measure, they've obviously got Grimaldo and Jovic chucked in the middle as well. It's going to be a tough game, a big ask against a massive side, but let's see if we can show the media why they've been giving us some credit. As always, we've got faith in the boys. The assistants off to the tunnel, and here we go. It's the start of the game, a big game for all. The Olimpico and the Roma fans will be rocking. Can we do it for them? Real Madrid, obviously the most distinguished team in the competition. They've historically won it more than any other, so this would be a big game. And it's Pellegrini with the corner towards Dzeko at the back post, and Dzeko's headed in! 1-0 Roma. Edin Dzeko, a scorer of big goals, has headed one home from the corner. Obviously known for his aerial prowess. Pellegrini with the ball in, Dzeko with the header. Courtois should have saved. It's really poor. But we're 1-0 up against Real Madrid. And can we keep this up and see the game out? If we don't concede, it would be huge. We'd be taking that 1-goal lead to the Bernabeu. Can we do it? It's a highlight here. Are we going to be able to win the ball in the middle? They've got it with Militao on the right. It's back to Varane. They found a poor ball forward and Pellegrini goes back to Pau Lopez. Todibo. Can we beat the press? Set in. Lopez. Todibo. We've beaten it would seem. Long ball forward to Greenwood. It's poor. And there's a chance with Hazard on the left side. Lopez saved, but it's fallen straight back to Eden Hazard. Lopez with the initial save, but he can only parry as far as Eden Hazard. And it is now Roma 1, Real Madrid 1. Lopez with a good initial save, but Hazard quickest to the rebound. And it's 1-1, a poor long ball attempt to Greenwood when it looked like we'd beaten the press. But that is an away goal for Real Madrid, so we definitely need to be taking a lead back to the Bernabeu if we're any chance of getting through. But a first half that I think has gone better than I expected. I'm disappointed to concede, but Dzeko with the goal, and fingers crossed we can add more than one to that tally. And let's see if we can give Real Madrid a performance that they weren't quite expecting. We have dominated the ball, maybe not converted it into as many shots as you would like, but as the hour mark approaches, it might be time just to freshen a couple of things up. We're going to take Greenwood off, maybe struggling with the big occasion for a young man. Sheik is going to come on in there, and that is the only sub we will make for now. We'll ask for a little bit of passion and let's see what we can do. Pellegrini with the ball in again. Sheik just onto the pitch, had a chance to make it 2, but he heads over. His first touch of the ball, I would imagine, for Patrick Sheik. He can't quite capitalise on it. But with 15 minutes to go, we're still 1 goal away from winning this game and taking a lead back to the Bernabeu. We've played well, 58% possession, 10 shots we've had, only 5 of which has been on target. Struggling for fitness, it would seem, a little bit in the midfield. We've got the options there. So what I'm going to do, Diawara can come on for Riccardi. We're going to drop Pellegrini back into his normal midfield role. And Zaniolo can come on in there and play as more of an attacking midfielder. So all subs made. 10 minutes to go. Let's demand a little bit more and see if we can just grab a late winner in the home tie, or are we going to see the chance at the other end? It's a poor ball out and Zaniolo has a chance to surge forward onto the pitch. Zaniolo comes forward. He has scored! Substitute Nicolo Zaniolo, he's been on all of 2 minutes, I would say it probably is. An awful pass back to the defence from Madrid. Zaniolo capitalises, rounds Courtois and slots it into the bottom corner. His chances have been few and far between with the form of Pellegrini, but he's made the chance count today. And it's Roma 2, Real Madrid 1 with 1 minute of time left. We've done it! What a home win. Roma 2, Real Madrid 1. And we've got a lead to take to the Bernabeu. What a performance from the boys. We keep on winning. We keep on grinding out results. A team I expected to be nowhere near the standard of. But it seems like there is a chance we could be beating Real Madrid in the Champions League. And of course, as I said, that will be the next episode. We'll have Real Madrid followed by the Derby della Capitale against Lazio down in third. A massive episode next time. And can we beat Real Madrid and make it to the next round? I suppose we'll find out next time. But I hope you have enjoyed today's video. And if you have, please leave a like down below for me. If you're new to the channel or not yet subscribed, then hit that subscribe button. And thank you very much for coming along and watching.